Welcome back to Unrattled, where we shake off our past parenting mistakes so we can stay engaged with our kids. I'm your host, Venay Holden, and welcome to Season 4. Can you believe that we're already here? Every season, we're reminded just how much parenting and life can change in a short amount of time. This is why we're so grateful you've chosen to keep having these conversations with us and tuning in. In today's episode, it's all about looking back before we move forward. Jessica and I are sharing some of the moments that have stayed with us over the past few seasons and what we've learned along the way, and a few of the conversations we're most excited to bring you this year. So again, thank you for joining us, and let's kick off Season 4 together of Unrattled. Welcome back to Unrattled for another season, Season 4.
Season 4.
I'm your host, Venay Holden, with my co-host, Jessica Stinson.
Hey, guys.
Coming back for another season, so
I'm excited.
Let's shake off our past parenting mistakes and stay engaged with our kids.
Let's do it.
What are we going to get into this year?
Get ready to make some more parenting mistakes that we can talk about.
Yeah, and reflect.
Daily.
Woo. So I wanted to start off with one question.
All right.
What is one conversation? We're going to do a little throwback. What is one conversation from a previous season or an episode that has stayed with you long after we recorded it?
For me, it was the one about real talk. Like, you can be firm, you can hold the line with your kids, having boundaries with your kids. Mainly because, like, the topic was good, and it was good. I think it was the first time we went like 45 minutes. Like, we were so into the conversation, the vibes were good.
I think that one was a long one.
It was, and it was the first time that we had Jay and Lauren on the show together, and so, like, the vibes were just great.
I know that they were fantastic.
To me, it signifies like a shift in kind of the direction the show took. Mm-hmm. I think it was season 2. I think season 2 or season 3. I can't remember, but past episodes, that one sticks out for me because there was a shift there. Because, we've always tried to keep it light and funny and, like, allow each other to talk a little crap about our kids, like, because they can be hitting the nerves. And we've tried to keep it in that direction and never wanted to get too heavy. But I think that was the first conversation where I realized, heavy is relevant.
Heavy is relevant.
It can be heavy and be relevant. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was for me. What about you?
I really like that episode. I think one of my favorite ones. I think this. Let's see. I'm going back to Unrattled. Some of them mesh together because we have our crosstalks. I really liked the episode that we did with the Learning Campus.
Oh yeah,
learning about soil and dirt. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Get your hands in the dirt.
Yes.
That was a fun one.
That one was a really fun one. What are some, what was another one? I really liked the one with time management that we had Stephanie Hammett and Joshua Jones on and you. Mm-hmm. That one kind of opened my eyes like, girl, you just need to relax.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I was the one that hosted it, asking the questions, I was like, perspective.
Yeah, it's funny how different things can hit you depending on what season of parenting you're in,
Oh, yeah.
And some things like time management, even though most of my kids are adults and on the cusp of being adult, it still is relevant, and it's relevant to you with a 2 and a 4-year-old. So, that's one of those universal topics that I think all parents can relate to.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Let's see.
You had in here in the notes, and I noticed about what topics resonated with our listeners the most. So I did a little research.
Okay.
Did a little looking back. Of all time, the top listened to episode was More Than Survival. The most listened to episode last season 3, More Than Survival, Small Steps Towards Financial Peace, that we did with Jay and Martrice.
Yeah, I was about to say that one was a really good one too.
Haynes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so looking forward to having her back this season. If any of you know Martrice, you follow her on TikTok or Instagram, she's Dancing Autism Mom. and both of her children are neurodivergent, and she's just an amazing mom, and is what I love the most is she's real. Like some of the things she talks about, like disciplining her kids and that kind of stuff. Like I don't necessarily like those tactics wouldn't work for me, but I don't live in her shoes, and I love how transparent she is as a mother. But then our top episode of all time was ADHD in kids from season 2. So those are the top numbers we got.
Most listened to, yeah. I think it was Maggie Keller that we were with.
Yeah.
ADHD in kids. That one was a good episode too.
She
that
was
one was 2
great.
parts. Yeah, she's amazing. And then I wanted to ask, what surprised you most about the conversations we've had so far?
I think just how much they resonate with people outside of Alabama. And I mean, we're here, we're in this room, and we've worked for Grex for a while, me a lot longer than you, obviously. But, it's easy for us to sit here to people and have guests on about topics that we feel like they're relevant. And we do reach out and get input from like our family engagement staff. What, they work on goals with families in our Head Start and Early Head Start centers. We reach out on social media. We do branch outside of our parenting circles and what we need to come up with topics. But sometimes I still question like, ooh, are people going to listen to this? Like, ooh. And I kind of feel like it's just me and you like sitting here talking sometimes. But to go out other places, especially with the podcast, and people be like, oh, it's you. I know this podcast.
Yeah, I like that. We know your voice.
I listened to this episode and I liked this and that. And it's really surreal, I think.
I think one of my favorites is talking to parents about like, what are you interested in listening? And also connecting them with a podcast because, I mean, there's so many out there and which is a good thing. I like choices. But then they're like, this one, yeah, this one's real.
And I think too, like social media, it's very similar in that when you create content, you do it with the intention of wanting to reach people, and the analytics and the numbers kind of drive that notion about whether you're succeeding or not. And so sometimes, it can feel like, golly, we just, are we really, is anybody even listening out there? Like, I feel like Marvin the Martian out in space. Can anybody even hear us? And there's so, like you said, there's so many podcasts and good information out there. Are we just like banging our heads here? Like, what are we doing? But then it's nice to be reminded that there's a way to measure impact besides download numbers. To see the impact and to hear people's feedback and real people in real spaces say, God, I really enjoyed that. I listened to this today and I really enjoyed it. I shared it with my friend, or whatever. So
that's one of my favorites. It's like, oh, I shared this, I'm like, good. Yay.
Yes. Yay.
That makes us feel good. And then
do you also go, oh God, what did I say?
Always. Usually at the end of a conversation, I'm like, well.
But I also think that that's what makes it kind of successful is that we don't filter ourselves so heavily that, that we're not, that it's still authentic and real. Because I really do have those kids that drive me crazy.
Speaking of authentic and real, what was one of your favorite memories, like funny moments that we had like last season?
This didn't get put on camera, but when we did the episode about attachment styles and like why it was the episode, why does your kids' behavior trigger you or something to that effect? And before we started recording, I don't know if you remember this, me, you, and Lauren and Jay were all in here sitting around this table doing this attachment style quiz.
Oh.
And so each of us, then we shared like,
what are attachment styles? Oh, I have avoidant.
And then I think one of you guys was filling out a quiz, then it got to the end and it wanted to email the report to you.
Yeah, and then you had to pay.
You had to pay, so we had to start all over.
We did that like 3 times.
Yeah. It was a moment, where you kind of sit around with the family or whatever, and everybody's on their phones and nobody's speaking to each other. That was us for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we were locked in to figure out what our attachment styles.
Yes. And then I think on that same episode, Lauren is always, no, maybe it was a different one. She's always really good about bringing the different techniques and the things that you can do.
Yeah.
And she loves the polyvagal, like the body, neurological system
like
connection.
The parasympathetic. Yeah.
And at one point I looked up during one episode and we were all like doing this butterfly thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the heck is happening here? But it was great.
That one was good. I think one of my favorite ones from last season was the library episode.
Oh, yeah.
When you guys were talking about menopause.
Oh,
and you had given me the phone and then or the microphone and y'all start talking about menopause. And I'm like, I slowly hand it back to you.
Yes.
Like, oh, my God.
It's fine. It's true. Truth is what it is.
And then I think another episode, I wasn't on this one. It was you, Jay, and Lauren, and you guys had brought up the Lion King and the meaning, like what it means. Yeah. And it literally says, "Oh, look, it's a lion." Oh my God. Like
oh my God.
That one was
it's
funny.
It's a lion.
Yeah.
Do you know there's controversy about that the comedian who was in that initial clip or whatever that we talked about? I saw something online. Don't know how true it is because online. Mm-hmm. But that he was being sued by Disney for like making that joke. Now I don't. Does Disney really have time to like sue random comedians?
I'm sure they do.
It was funny. It was so funny.
It really was. I loved it. I loved that.
Yeah.
So now here we are, season 4.
Yep.
So we do have a couple of, I guess, episodes that or topics that we're gonna bring into season 4. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to pick your brain and, have you explain why is it important to continue these conversations into our next season? It's like, oh, you had it before. Why now?
Because I think there are some topics that are just universal, mm-hmm. that don't get easier with time. In fact, I think some things have gotten harder, like the screen time episodes.
Yeah.
Sleep battles.
Mm-hmm.
And then we are planning some stuff around AI, which we didn't before, but it's relevant. And so I think it's important to keep talking about it.
Yeah, always. Just to understand it. And then what themes kept coming up in listener feedback?
Screen time was a big one.
Neurodivergency, I think, was another one.
Yeah, it was. So
ADHD.
We put out, before we started planning, we put out a survey to our listeners, to like on social media, email campaigns. And some of the big ones were screen time, neurodivergence, challenging behaviors, which is always a thing.
Just it looks different for your age.
And then also choosing school settings was a big.
You know what? Yeah, that's very relevant.
And I know, especially now, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but I know here in Alabama, just here in the recent years, like they have attached funding to school choice. And so parents can apply for funding to help pay for whether it's a charter school or private school or homeschool or online or what. There's all kinds of settings. And so parents are, number one, they need the money.
Yeah.
We need financial help. School's expensive. Even public school is expensive.
It is expensive.
So I think now that there's money attached to it and parents feel like they have more choice, they're asking, okay, how do I choose? How do I choose a setting for my kids? Mm-hmm. So that one came up several times.
Yeah. That one will be a very good episode whenever we come out with it. So I wanted to do previews of our future episodes coming up.
All right.
I guess we do up to 3. We don't want to give it all away.
Yeah, let's do it.
What we're doing. Let's see. So we had already talked about that we're going to do AI.
Yeah.
We are going to bring in several professionals, but we do want to bring back
we need some experts in here because we ain't it, people.
Help us. We're going to do an episode about vaccinations. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So you know that I've been wanting to do this for a couple of seasons now, and it's just we work for a nonprofit. This show is funded through grants and some federal funds, some not, and so we have to be very careful and mindful. We do have to be PC. We do have to be like politically correct. But vaccinating your kids is a hot topic. Parents are talking about it. And so I have felt for a long time that it's a conversation we should be having. We should be respectfully listening. And if parents are looking for pediatricians and doctors to care for their children but not require them to vaccinate their children, we should be asking, like, why? We should be talking to the doctors about, like, how does that work? How do you feel about that? And, what does that look like for parents today without inserting our personal views?
Yeah, our bias.
And so it just took a little while to find the right mix, and because there are a lot of heated opinions about it.
Yeah.
And look, parents care very deeply for their kids. They want their children to be safe. And I think at the bottom of it, there's a lot of fear and mistrust in what you read and what you hear from other people. They don't trust the big pharmaceutical companies. They don't trust government. They don't trust. And that's understandable. I think that that's the bottom line. They want their kids to be safe. And I don't want to put my kid at risk.
Ever. And
I also don't want to put my kid at risk by exposing them to something because other kids haven't been vaccinated. So there's a lot going on. So I'm excited to have that conversation. We have a pediatrician that's coming on that cares for children, provides care for kids that are vaccinated and unvaccinated. So I'm excited to sort of have that conversation.
I'm excited. We're having an author on the show.
Katie O'Toole.
Yes. And the name of her book, help me.
Mayhem on the Mothership.
Yes. Okay. I'm excited about that one. I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah.
So next topic.
It is about for our women, for the women listeners, and also for the men, because I think it's important to understand what happens.
Yeah.
For women when they become mothers. It's complicated. It's like a Facebook relationship status. It's complicated. Being a girl and, how you're raised as a girl in America and then turning into a woman and then becoming a mother. So it's about the complexities of all that.
I'm really excited about that one.
Yeah. I would like to counterpart that with a fatherhood.
Yes.
So we're working on that.
We are. So those will be coming in season 4.
Yep.
And then let's see. What else do we have here?
We're going to talk about dating.
We're going to talk about dating. And we have so many
adult
cool episodes.
relationships.
We have put in a lot of thought and connections. That's probably what I'm really excited about is the new connections that we'll make this season.
For sure.
I'm hopeful for that.
We're good at making friends, people.
I could talk to a wall, you guys.
We won't, though.
Okay, so this is what we hope listeners gain, the heart behind the podcast. Jess, if listeners take away one thing from the season, what would you want it to be?
That kids don't need perfect parents. They don't need perfection with the adults in their lives. They need connected parents. They need adults who show up, who say, I'm sorry, who acknowledge that they've done
we're human.
wrong.
We make mistakes.
Repair.
Yeah, repair.
That understand repair is important. Yeah, I think that's what I hope that listeners take away more than anything is that your kids need you to just show up authentically as your best version of yourself. And if tomorrow you look back at it and go, gee, I could have done that better, that's okay.
Yeah. You're thinking about it now.
That's
and that's
right.
where it begins.
That's right.
So what does being unrattled really mean?
Ooh, I had to write this one down. To me, it means understanding and recognizing that there's something going on beneath the surface and beyond what you can see, both in ourselves and in our kids.
Yes.
you know.
And unrattled, you know.
Yes.
I mean, you think of it like a little box, you know. You're inside shaking. And then, but we want that to be managed a little bit better. So that's why we name it Unrattled.
Yeah, I actually had just in the last week. So my daughter, who's about to be 18, she and I took a little impromptu road trip and spent a lot of time in the car together. And there's a lot of talking, a lot of singing. Thank you, Adele. And, you know, in those conversations, there were times where I could feel like she would say something and I could feel a physical reaction in my body. And so then I'm like, okay, why do I feel that? Where is that coming from? What's happening here? So, you know, I could feel myself get rattled in the moment.
Oh, yeah. Like, I think it was 2 days ago when both my daughters drew cat faces on themselves with a Sharpie. They probably thought I was crazy that day.
Yeah.
And then they also stepped on my toe while I was, you know, like wiping the Sharpie off. Don't worry, we handled it. Learned something new.
Did you successfully get it off?
I did. So
what did you use?
If you use an oil-based product, I use like an oil-based makeup remover because it's on their face. You know, if it was like any part of their body, I probably would have used like olive oil. But oil-based, and you kind of just like, you have to wipe it off. You know, it works way better than a baby wipe.
Takes time.
Baby wipe, nope, does not come off. And the funny part about it was like, I was like, this is a permanent marker. And Sarah was like, what do you, permanent? She's 4. Permanent, I mean, it means it doesn't come off. She goes, oh my gosh, yay, we're going to be cats forever.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah, y'all are going to go to school like this if I can't figure out how to get it off.
Which was totally fine.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
love that.
You know what?
I love that.
But I mean, they knew. I was like, hey, maybe next time. It's my fault for putting the Sharpie. I was cleaning out like a kitchen drawer, and I had put a Sharpie in a cup with like regular pens. My fault. So
for you listeners out there who have accessible Sharpies, a solution is oil-based.
Oil-based cleansers, yes.
There you go.
Try not to use alcohol.
There's your practical tip for today.
On the face, though. If it's on any part of the other body, like body parts, yeah, that's fine. But oil-based products work good. They work good. Okay. And then what gives you hope when working with children and families for this season?
Oh, I think the growth of the show, you know, looking back when I was kind of trying to find the numbers and like what was the most popular episode, you know, and what, to see how the show has grown gives me hope, because that means people are listening and that means they want to learn and they want to grow. Because, I mean, we're great, but we're not that great, really. And so that gives me hope, is that parents are still engaged. Like they want to keep coming back to the table, and they're willing to learn, and they want to be better and show up better for their kids. That gives me hope.
That does give me hope. What encouragement would you offer parents and educators who feel overwhelmed?
It's not your imagination. Like, it is heavy. It feels overwhelming because it is. The world's moving faster. You're being asked to take on more responsibility with less time, and give, and not having too many things pour back into you. Yeah. And so the good news is you're not alone. You're not the only one. The teachers in the classroom are feeling that way.
Yeah.
You know, the mom down the street who only posts her Instagram perfect pictures, guaranteed those kids are wilding out at home. Like,
oh yeah, like when my girls had asked me, like, can we be like Bluey? And I'm like, this is a 15-minute episode. This is 15 minutes of their day. You know, 15 minutes of our day actually looks like Bluey. Now the other, 23.45, you know, looks a little different sometimes. You know, and it's not necessarily progress over. Like, it's progress over perfection.
For sure.
Like, there's nothing that's perfect.
And the last thing I would say is, like, what you're doing matters. The work you do matters. As a mom, as a dad, as a grandparent, teacher,
caregiver,
working with kids and families in the community. All of it matters. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, it seems overwhelming at times. But you do make a difference.
Truly. So, as we wrap up this first episode, we'd love to hear from you this season. What topics would you like us to explore? What questions do you have about parenting, child development, or emotional well-being? Connect with us and help shape our future conversations. You can send us an email on our website. You can reach out to us via Facebook.
We're everywhere.
You can call us, I'm pretty sure. You can just show up at our doorstep.
Yes, you can look up the contact information for Gulf Regional Early Childhood Services.
Yes.
Google is free. Mm-hmm. You can find us.
And as we begin another season of Unrattled, we're reminded that none of us have the answers, and we do not have this parenting thing figured out, and that's okay. What matters most is our willingness to keep learning, stay curious, and show up for the children in our lives with compassion and connection. Thank you for being a part of this community and joining us on this journey, and we're excited for the conversations ahead. Until next time, remember, when life feels a little bit rattled, you're doing better than you think.
Yep. See you later.
Bye.
This podcast has been a production of Gulf Regional Early Childhood Services. The views and opinions expressed by their guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of Gulf Regional Early Childhood Services, its staff, partners, or funders. This podcast is intended to inform, inspire, and encourage thoughtful conversations about parenting and child development. It is not a substitute for professional medical, mental health, legal, educational, or other individualized advice. Because every child and every family is unique, we encourage listeners to consult qualified professionals regarding their own circumstances. Thank you for listening and for joining us as we learn, grow, and navigate this complicated world together.